Welcome to A Work in Progress with Mark and Pete.
Hello.
This guy is Mark.
I'm Pete.
He's Pete.
You're listening. You didn't see the thumbs, but you'll get it. We do have video on Spotify.
Right.
I didn't even know
that. Like a lot of people just listen. Probably.
Yeah. I would say this is a great thing to listen to when you're just on your daily commute.
Yeah.
You know.
That's when I do it. That's when I listen to me.
Mm-hmm. That's when I listen to me. I like, it's super egotistical, but I like going back and listening to our older stuff.
It's fun. You make me laugh.
I ran out recently, so I had to go back and start over. No. I went back to the beginning. I was like, let me go back to episode 2, because episode 1, we didn't have video.
Oh, that's right, because you were watching them.
Yeah, I like watching.
Go back and listen to episode 1, but just...
Yeah, the audio isn't great, but it got us rolling.
It got us rolling.
Yeah.
What episode number is this?
I think 19.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
So what was that statistic you said about
21?
Podcasts?
Once you hit 21, you're in the 1% of anybody who's ever started a podcast, because 99% don't make it past 21.
So we're going to throw a party.
We should do something.
Yeah.
At least celebrate.
How do you do a podcast party?
Podcast party? I don't know. We'll think about it.
Play music. Mariachi music.
You know what we could do? We could do a live episode where we're streaming it, like on Instagram or Facebook or something.
That would be crazy.
And we could do it while we're painting, and we could do, because we wanted to paint the walls in here, right?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so we could paint, but we could do our the conversations. Watching paint dry. That'll be the name of the episode. We'll prove that we can make watching paint dry entertaining. Yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be like our 21st birthday, so we can celebrate.
Sure. Yeah. As long as it's after my 4-week challenge is over.
That's right.
Yeah.
How's it going? How you doing?
Pretty good. It's interesting though how, you think you conquered something and then it kind of comes back and you're like, oh. So I've been having some temptations for sweets and things like that. And usually I'll just go to fruit, because fruit is delicious and good. It is
delicious.
And it usually
More
does.
on that to come.
It does usually satisfy my cravings. But recently I was just like, oh man, I could just go for some junk, some real junk food. And most of those cravings have been gone. So I kind of was just like, oh, that's over. I'm over the hump of that. And then once in a while, but it's just a temporary wave of temptation or cravings or whatever it is. So it's fine. It's just a matter of making that decision ahead of time again. There is no option. You decided this already. Stop lingering on this craving, because the longer you linger, the weaker you'll get and the more likely you are to cave. So just say, all right, no, I'm either going to make some good healthy food, or I'm going to not eat. And that's it.
Yeah.
Ever again. Yeah.
I know you've mentioned before in our conversations that peanut butter isn't the best thing to eat.
Peanut butter. What a fun word to say. Peanut butter. Just say it like a flow state. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
That is very fun. You know what? I like it now. I'm changing my stance on peanut butter.
Just because of how you say it.
It's so fun.
Peanut butter.
Really pop the P.
I used to every night eat, pretty much, not every night, a lot of nights, I would eat a banana with peanut butter. That was a go-to, because that's something my dad always ate.
I love it.
And then you said not to eat peanut butter anymore.
So that is a yellow light food. So if you think of us,
so it's not terrible. So if I'm craving a sweet, and I do a small spoonful of peanut butter, because that'll hit my craving. That'll hit pretty much any craving for me.
Yeah, I would say go for it. So, okay, so there's...
That was fun.
Red light, green light, yellow light, right? So stop and go lights, or whatever, stop lights.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, stop and go lights. What does the rest of the world call them?
Traffic light?
Oh, we don't have traffic here. There's no traffic. That's why we don't call them traffic lights.
That's right.
Anyway, so... There's foods that, if you want to be healthy, are red light foods, which is you should avoid completely.
What are some examples?
Your ice cream, your cookies, your pasta.
That's sad.
That is sad. That is sad. And to go back on last episode where we talked about if you're going to have a treat, don't try and doctor it up to make it healthy. Just let it be a treat. Yeah. I'm talking about those kinds.
Gotcha.
The things that you just let be treats.
Yeah.
Right. And those and red light foods, if you want to be super healthy, that can be for a wedding, you splurge, or for a birthday, you have cake.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying never, but as far as optimal health, like, there are red light foods that you should avoid to be as healthy.
What about carrot cake?
Carrot cake? I'd have to look into it. I'm guessing there's a ton of added sugar into it, but I don't know.
But there's carrots.
So it's good. Have you ever heard the Bill Cosby bit on cake?
No.
Oh, so I know Bill Cosby is whatever. He's whatever, allegations and stuff. But if you separate it from his career and his comedy career,
okay, there you go.
He's got this great bit on breakfast. Like, he has to give his kids breakfast, and he ends up giving them chocolate cake, and he's like, eggs are in chocolate cake, and milk. Oh, goody, and wheat. That's nutrition.
Yeah.
What do you want? Chocolate cake coming up. So it's really good. Anyway, so cake has eggs, but that doesn't mean it's healthy. I don't want to bore people too much with food talk, but peanut butter would be a yellow food, yellow light food, because
it's yellowish in color too.
Yeah, it's gross if you think. I don't want to eat yellow peanut. Isn't the Peter Pan logo yellow? I think it is the Peter Pan peanut butter. That's fun to say. Peter Pan peanut butter.
Is that why they did that?
I don't know, but I like it.
Peanut butter.
Peter Pan peanut butter.
Do they have a jingle?
Huh?
Do they have a jingle? I'm sure they do.
They have a Tinkerbell. That was a great reaction. That made me happy. So peanut butter. So peanuts.
Peanut butter.
Inherently, like the way that when they're grown, they have a aflatoxin, like cancer-causing mold that oftentimes grows on them. Okay, so it's a carcinogen, which means it can lead to cancer. Okay, so not every peanut has this mold on it, right? But in general, it's known to grow where people grow peanuts. It's on the peanuts, so it's possible that you're slightly increasing your chance of getting cancer when you eat peanuts and peanut butter. Is it astronomical? No, but it's there and it's worth noting. Okay, so that's point number one. Peanut oil, which is the oil that's in the peanut, is actually inflammatory for us. So there's inflammation is basically the cause of most pain and disease and stuff like that. So whenever you want to eat to be healthy, you're really eating to avoid inflammation and to reduce it and reverse it by eating things that don't cause it.
Yeah.
Peanut oil is inflammatory, so it's not good. And then usually peanut butter is just peanuts ground up with added sugar. And then if you get the no sugar added, it doesn't taste really great.
Doesn't, no.
So really what you're doing is you're eating a jar full of sugar paste. So that's why peanut butter is like
sugar paste.
Yellow.
That probably doesn't sell as well.
No, sugar paste. Peanut butter sugar paste.
Get some sugar paste.
Peter Pan sugar paste. That's not good. Anyways, we're moving on. So in general, it's a yellow light food because peanuts do have protein in them.
Okay.
So if you have peanut butter, there's some protein in it. Some of the fats that are in it aren't like...
peanuts aren't nuts, right?
They're technically a legume. And legumes and...
Legume?
A legume.
That's a fun
or
word.
legume. Do you say legume?
Legume? I don't say that word, so I don't know.
This is my first time attempting the word. I don't know how you say it.
I've seen it written.
Yeah.
Legume.
Legume.
Is there anything?
Like beans and stuff. Beans
what?
are legumes.
Wait a minute. So a peanut is a bean?
Kinda, yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm going to bake a peanut.
You can, sure.
Will it be beany?
Baked peanuts, baked beans. Yeah.
No, would it
You know
come out
that in
beany?
Jamaica they call beans peas?
What do they call peas?
Great question. Probably peas. They might just all be peas. Anything that's this size is pea.
Gotcha.
Peas. So they make
if they have a dish with beans and peas in it.
It's all peas.
Just peas.
It's all peas, baby.
Peas.
Wow.
All peas.
Oh, peas.
All pea.
Okay.
Anyways.
Because one of the traditional dishes in Jamaica is rice and peas.
Oh.
And they call it rice and peas.
But it's not peas.
It's rice and kidney beans. Or rice and beans. Yeah. And they prepare it like a special way.
Rice and peas.
Yeah, but they call it rice and peas.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But legumes in general, if you don't like cook them, they're actually can be toxic. So if you just get raw beans and start eating them, one, they're going to be super hard. So they're not going to be tender like they are after you cook them. Yeah. And two, there's some toxins in them that, because, oh gosh, All right. So plants want to live.
They do.
Plants want to live. So if you think about like poison ivy, that is, you get a rash on your skin if you touch it. Mm-hmm. That's its defense mechanism.
Yeah.
So most plants don't want to be eaten and they have defense mechanisms. All right. So on the flip side, fruit wants to be eaten. So it doesn't have defense mechanisms. It actually wants to be eaten. And that's why it's sweet, because it's like, oh, we're sweet. We want to be eaten. Eat us so that we can spread the seeds wherever you go, number 2, by the animals that eat the seeds. Gotcha. So they want to propagate by getting eaten and spread out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they're like, okay, so we'll be really sweet. So that's good. Cool. But most other plants have defense mechanisms, including legumes, however you want to say it, are like toxic if you eat them without cooking and preparing them. So that's their way of saying like, hey, don't eat us because you'll get sick and potentially die. So a peanut is a legume, which already has some of those things.
So it's going to kill me.
You might die.
I might die if I eat a peanut.
Yeah.
Maybe, you never know.
But if I put it in a fun little packaging and slap a Peter Pan on there.
Peter Pan?
It's Peter Pan peanut butter. It can't do you no harm. What's that? 37 grams of sugar per spoonful? Peter Pan sugar paste. Brought to you by Big Pharma. Come see us for your inflammation. We'll help fix it for you.
I don't think Peter Pan peanut butter is going to be reaching out for a sponsorship anytime soon.
No chance.
So I would always eat a banana.
Peanut butter and banana?
Banana and peanut butter. And then I just stopped using the peanut butter. And I was just eating a banana.
Wow.
I was like, hey,
look at you.
This isn't that bad.
Look at you.
This is pretty good, just like it is.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So I would substitute almond butter or like cashew butter.
What about cookie butter from Trader Joe's? Because that stuff there's no peanuts in it.
Yeah, there you go. So it's healthy.
So it's probably healthy.
Yeah. No,
Comes from that natural cookie.
The homegrown cookie.
The homegrown cookie excrement.
Yeah. Well, you know what I've learned over time, and this is super important for people in like health and fitness to understand, myself included. There's a huge portion of listeners, the world, that just don't care. And that's fine. I'm not trying to persuade anybody. Yeah. I would just like to give the information that I know from my extensive research and knowledge, personal experience, stuff I've seen with other people, anecdotal evidence, things that have repeated themselves over and over and over, and I now know to be true. I just want to share that with people so that if you want to be healthy, I can tell you how. And that's it. I know so many people, even people like in my family, that are just like, that's no fun. Like, actually, it's really fun when you feel the best you've ever felt in your life and you feel encouraged and motivated to go after your dreams. It sounds kind of fun. That's
pretty fun.
Versus being depressed and lethargic and woe is me and everything sucks and my knees hurt and my back hurts. And when it sucks getting old, because getting older means you've just perpetually been eating all the junk and not exercising for more years. So it gets worse on your body. Meanwhile, there's like a 70-year-old lady who just did the America Ninja Warrior thing.
Seriously?
Yeah. She freaking was just like crushing.
You're kidding me. 70?
Yeah. And she's like, yeah. And it's like, and she just takes care of herself. It's like, it's your choice if you want your body to be good or not.
Man.
It's just.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's easier for me to just look at it in like black and white.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to deal with the human psyche. It's like, do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here you go. Oh, I don't want to do that. All right, you don't want to do it. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. And I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
And I don't even think of people differently for doing that. It's just, that's what you want to do with your life. Cool.
So leaning into the gray a little bit though, what are some things that people can do who maybe are nervous or scared or uncertain about like taking the leap of, I'm never eating cake again. Or you didn't even say that. Granted, you didn't say that. But of going like on a serious meal plan and regimented workout schedule and stuff. Like someone who just eats out and eats stuff at home and doesn't really exercise. What are things that they can do now? Small steps.
Yeah. I think that's a big piece of it, is just starting small. And have that mental shift of who you are in your head too ahead of time. Is like, if you're telling yourself, I am this person who eats all these things and skips workouts, right? You're going to continue to do that because that is your identity of yourself in your head.
Yeah.
And you have to start proving yourself correct in a good way by making small choices. For example, I want to say I've done these things in the past. I'm now a person who has the discipline to make a decision of if I'm hungry and the food that's healthy isn't available, I'm not going to eat my backup plan, which is junk food anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not that person anymore. Do that one time. And now you've proven yourself correct and you have evidence to support it. And on the next time you get momentum and you're like, oh, I did do that one time. Focus on one decision at a time instead of the big picture.
Yeah.
Like a workout, right? If it's 35 minutes like we did today, it's intimidating and daunting to be like, oh, a 35-minute workout with kettlebells and people around me and all these things. It's like, or just while we're doing the warm-up, do a really good warm-up. Cool. Now we're moving on to squats. Let's just do the squats. Keep your focus super small on that and do that really well.
Yeah.
And then when you're resting, take a good rest. And then you're moving on to these things. Focus only on what you're doing and then transfer that into the food. Is you're going to have cravings for sure. Like we talked about last time. Focus on that moment. Can you just make this decision one time? Because when we cave and we go back to our old habits, often it's because we think, I can't do this for the rest of my life. That's too much. For me to never have cake again, or for me to never have alcohol again, for me to never smoke again, that is too much. Yeah. You're right, it is. But can you just focus on right now? Can you just say no to your fast food right now? Just go home. Just drive home, please. You can do it. Just drive right past, go home, go to the grocery store, go to Costco, get that rotisserie chicken.
So good.
So good, so cheap, so nice.
So awesome.
Done for you. Anyways, just right now, just once. Get momentum. Then the next time it comes, just do that time. Because if you look at this huge mountain, you're going to quit right away.
Totally.
But it's one step.
Yeah.
Have you ever read that book, The Fox and the Horse and the Mouse and whatever?
What?
Everyone else has read it.
Is it like a children's book?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a children's book, but
what's the name of it?
I think it's like The Fox and the Horse and the Mouse or something like that.
Wow.
But there's different animals and they all talk. Oh, and there's like a boy, and anyways, it's a children's. Yeah, the boy talks too. But he's like struggling or something, and he can't see. He's like, I can't see the way out. I can't see a way out. And he's like, can you see in front of you? And he's like, yeah. He said, just focus on the next step. One step. If that's all you can see, that's all you need to take. One step. So drastically reducing your focus, drastically reducing your expectations of yourself. You don't have to be perfect. It's okay to screw up. And then just start with one step.
Dude, that's so good. Like just in life.
Yeah.
Like that long haul perspective is what?
It's overwhelming.
Terrifies people.
Yeah.
And gives so much anxiety. Like there's people that'll look at their year or even their next month and think of everything they have to accomplish.
And all the negative things.
Yeah.
And all the negative possibilities.
Yeah. Oh. And you get paralyzed.
Could you imagine like somebody, like if you think about all of the possible negative outcomes of every possible decision you make and all the people
you
that
do anything.
you would, I understand that you would be frozen.
Yeah.
But that's like the very opposite of being present.
Yeah.
Because if you're present, you're not thinking about all those negative things. You're thinking about right here, right now. If I can focus with you instead of thinking about what's going on at home, we can have one great podcast where we make a connection and we have a great conversation. And then that is a solid foundation to then do the next week. Yeah. And the next week. And then we have 19 of them.
Yeah.
Versus not starting because we're like, oh, well, we don't have a great camera setup. Or well, how are we going to figure out how to post it on blah, blah, blah? What if nobody cares? It's like, what if we just focus on right now and just did the best we could? I think that's it.
Yeah. And when you do that, first of all, you accomplish way more, I think, when you focus on what you're doing then. It goes by a lot quicker. And the things are a lot more enjoyable.
Way more enjoyable. because you're not scatterbrained and trying to do so many things.
Totally.
Your brain, they've done studies, your brain can't multitask.
Yeah.
All it does is you're giving it attention deficit disorder because instead of looking at this,
you're going this thing for a few seconds and this thing for a second.
I can't tell you how many times I've started doing the dishes and like, oh, I should go grab my phone that I left in the bedroom. Sink's running. I go grab my phone. On my way to grab my phone, I see that there's something on the couch that I should pick up real quick. Oh, let me just grab that. Oh, you know what? Let me toss it in the laundry because I found some socks on the floor. Toss them in the laundry. You know, I should really just take this downstairs and put the load in. So I take the laundry basket down and I put it in. And then like something else comes up. And then 10 minutes later, I'm, you know, doing something outside and like, oh, the sink is on.
The sink is on.
Because I'm not focused, you know, not present.
Yeah.
I think being present is a superpower. You think about like a get together with family or friends. Let's say there's 10 people, yourself included. And out of the other 9 people, 8 of them are face down in their phone, texting and on social media. And there's one person who's just sitting there like this, making eye contact with you.
Oh man.
Who's your favorite person in the room?
That person.
And who are you like kind of frustrated and angry at? Everybody else.
Everybody else, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, being present, I feel like I do so much better. I mean, I think you probably experience this at the gym, at classes and everything like that. If you're going to teach a class and your mind is on your to-do list or the afternoon, you're not nearly as good at what you do, probably.
Yeah, right.
That's the way I'm like on Sunday mornings. If I'm thinking about like meetings I have throughout the week or different things like that, like I am not present with the congregation. I'm not there. But that's one reason that I like love this podcast too, because I have zero distractions. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not worried about anything else.
Yeah.
Like this is all we're doing is just talking to each other and just being with each other.
Yep.
And it's fantastic.
It's almost meditative.
Yeah.
Because you're focused on one thing. That's what meditation is. You focus on your breathing and you don't have any other distractions. And like you said, there's no other distractions here. We're just focused on good quality human interaction that is so uplifting. Like having someone to actually talk to and hear you, listen to, bounce ideas off of, laugh with. It's so, I think, crucial to human joy, to like our mental health. So thank you for being here with me.
Thank you for being here with me.
Of course.
How would you describe yourself?
You just pulled a Peter.
Pulled a Peter.
A random question out of thin air. What do you mean? Can you elaborate?
Yeah. So like if what does your Instagram bio say?
I think it says follow Christ first. And it says husband to the incredible Shireen and father to the wonderful Henry.
Oh. I have no idea what mine says. So.
I spend too much time on it. I actually delegated to Gwen to all my socials.
Seriously?
Yeah. So I haven't been on. I'm sending her the videos. I edit them.
You serious?
Send it to her and she posts them because it's such a time suck for me after posting things. Yeah. Because I'll go back and I'll be like, how many people liked it? How many people commented? And I'll do that on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all those things. Yeah. And then half my day is gone because I get stuck scrolling on those platforms. And like, I'm trying to strategically learn what's working for everybody else. Yeah. No, I'm scrolling.
So she's doing all your socials right now?
Yeah, starting, I think Sunday. So it's just been like 2 days.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So she doing work in progress too? Thanks, Gwen.
Yeah, shout out to Gwen. Appreciate
man,
you.
That's awesome. She is fantastic. She's been doing the church stuff, and I'm just beyond grateful. Beyond grateful.
So that dump of, and that was keeping me from being present was social media.
Oh yeah.
And we're still going to be active on there. We're actually probably going to be more active because we're going to have a schedule now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have more time to like edit things. Yeah. Because I'm not doing all the posting and scrolling. So. Yeah. That's nice.
And it's, I mean, everybody says there's like maybe there is like a science about like what works on social media and stuff. I just feel like it's so hit or miss.
I would argue that if you're like a pro, so some of those guys like hit every time because they work every single thing that the algorithm looks for. and they already have an audience.
Yeah.
So it starts with an organic reach of thousands, if not millions of people. And if it's good, it's going to blow up to tens of hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah.
When you have a small group like us, it's going to show it to 200 people.
Yeah.
And at least 50 to 100 of those are going to have to like, comment, share for that platform to say, whoa, people like this.
Yeah.
I get really like not self-conscious, but like I get really into social media, which is why I needed to give myself some space from it. But there were a few on like Instagram and TikTok where it showed it to like 200 people and we had like 55, 60 like likes. And I'm like, that's like over a fourth almost. And some of our posts are like almost half of the people that see it liked it, which is a really good percentage. Most people are just doing this. So for people to stop, watch, like, anyways, I was like, how come they're not spreading this more? So, and then some of the the dumb ones that I think are silly, they blow up. And then some of the ones that I take extra long on to edit and like put captions and like put the pictures in there, they get like 30 views. And I'm like, what the? So I'm going to continue doing the editing and stuff. But I was talking to Gwen about it and we were just like, yeah, it does seem to be mystical, magical. Yeah. You never know what's going to work.
But like Mr. Beast, like he knows how to do it. He's taking people like who don't know anything.
That's what we talked about. Yeah. So he knows all the little things. He's a pro. Yeah. So he gets everything that works. And then if you're starting like us, you have to do everything that works and just be consistent, repetitive until something hits. And then hopefully that gets some momentum moving forward. But whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, what I was thinking about is like identity and where we place our identity. And I think a lot of the struggles that we experience comes from a misunderstanding of, not a misunderstanding of who we are, but trying to place these certain aspects of who we are as who we are. That didn't make any sense.
Try again.
Let me try again. We try to take a piece of us and make it all of us.
Yeah.
And that devalues us, I think, because it says that this one small part of me is who I am, and then you're missing the rest of who you are.
Yeah.
So, for example, for you, like if your identity became gym owner, like then everybody else is missing every other part of you. And there's so much beauty in the rest of you too. But I think our world tries to categorize people so much that they force people into these boxes of identity.
Yeah.
And I mean, so I think that's one struggle of like the LGBT community is that so many people in that community have made that their sole identity.
They're almost not an individual human being at that point. It's like they are just that thing.
Yeah, and I get that they're passionate about it. I get that they believe in it, but there's still so much more to each of those people than that. I mean, someone who think about like a pothead or something like that. Like so many times that.
And there was labeled as hippies.
Yeah, hippies.
Like in the 70s, 80s, like hippies, and there's like that's your identity. Yeah. You are a hippie. It's like, what if you like working on cars and you're like a killer automotive technician, but like you just because you smoke pot and your hair is long, like you are a hippie. Yeah, it's like, what about everything else? Yeah. So I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And so just trying to figure out where. I don't know, just to have.
So what you're saying is I'm not just a heroin addict. I'm a lot more.
I want to clarify.
I will not. I'm not a heroin addict. That was a joke. We make jokes around here.
We make jokes.
That was one of them.
You're new here.
Yeah. Welcome to a work in progress, where we say silly things like Peter Pan, peanut butter,
and I'm a heroin.
And if you are, please seek help.
Please.
Yeah. Seriously. Okay, moving on. Identity.
But yeah, so where is the balance between truly enjoying something and making it who I am? I think there's kind of a line to walk there.
Sure.
And so my fear and what I see, we've talked about this a little bit, is that especially like teenagers and even young teenagers like have this pressure of being forced into identifying who they are as a person, that they get like,
and so many times it's your career, because it's like, oh, well, what do you want to do with your life? It's like, well, I have like 12 different interests. It's like, okay, well, pick one and make your whole life about that one thing. Good luck.
It's
going to cost you $80,000.
Yeah.
Choose wisely.
Choose wisely,
It's
and you
like,
can't change.
Yeah, no. So,
yeah. But then I feel like people miss out on really looking at who they are and being a little bit more introspective.
I think that's another issue with social media and our phones, is we don't spend much time alone with our thoughts anymore, because our alone with our thoughts can be scary. And a lot of times we have problems that need fixing that we don't want to acknowledge.
Yeah.
And that's why we distract ourselves with phones or TV or whatever. It used to be, they called the Big Seven in like the 80s, 90s, when TV was a big thing, even the early 2000s, was the Big Seven was the average American would watch 7 hours of TV a day.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it could have just been the TV's on for 7 hours, not they're actually actively sitting. That's a long time.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, well, I watch TV sometimes, but never 7 hours a day. That's insane. And then I got a screen report on my phone. It said average screen time from last week was 7 hours. And I was like, oh, it's just switched to a smaller screen that I stare at all day. So little things like that kind of wake me up to, okay, am I going to care in 30 years if we went from 100 to 2,000 subscribers? If it means I didn't play with Henry face to face and see him grow up, and all of a sudden he's 18 and he's on his phone all the time and he doesn't care to have a relationship with me because I was always on my phone and he wants to be just like dad, and I don't have an excuse to say, hey dude, like let's go do something, and be like, you never did. You were always on your phone. We played like twice. Like it's the value of those two things. It's like not even close. So it's like, it's addictive. And if you realize that you need it, and if you put it away and you're like, where's my phone? I feel uncomfortable. It's like, good.
Yeah.
Feel that. Just feel that and breathe and go outside, go for a walk, spend time with loved ones. And like we always come back to, be present.
Yeah.
Because that's a superpower. Be a superhero. Be present.
Absolutely.
T-shirt.
Ooh. And I think it opens up the possibilities of what you're allowed to do and what you're allowed to enjoy and experience.
And then you can figure out who you are.
Yeah, exactly. And so like if the world is constantly telling you this is who you are, this is how you act, this is what you have to do, then what if I don't want to do that stuff?
Yeah.
And what if I don't enjoy doing that stuff?
And we mold ourselves to our surroundings. And if you're spending 5 hours a day on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you're just being told what everyone else is doing instead of having your own free thinking and being like, oh, I actually really like playing guitar. I actually really like writing songs. You're getting, oh, something's wrong in the White House. Oh, politicians are doing this. Oh, police are really mean. Oh, all these things. And now you're being told how to think and who you should be based on who other people supposedly are. You don't even know it's true on your phone, on social media. And so that molds you into somebody that's not even up here. It's just what you've been programmed to see and do and replicate so that you can fit into some arbitrary definition of society, which might not even be the truth because half these things are made up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And then you wonder why you have anxiety.
Totally. And I think it's one of the leading reasons for insecurity. Like that's a big thing for me.
Sure.
And one of my biggest insecurities is because I feel like I don't fit into a box of like what a pastor should be or things like that. Like there's so much freedom in recognizing that you don't have to be this descriptor of who this is, and realize that. So when as I'm coming to the realization that I can pastor with the giftings and the insight that God has given me, and not just with what the definition of a stereotypical pastor should look like. That gives me so much more freedom to work my schedule around the things that I enjoy and the things that I prioritize instead of the things that I'm told I need to. And I noticed that with your gym as well. I mean, we've talked about the thing that is spectacular about your gym is the community aspect and everything like that. That's not typical for a gym necessarily, the way that you do it. But that's something that's unique to you. Just thinking, this is what I value. This is what I'm going to do.
Right.
And I think that gives us a lot of freedom.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. The freedom to be creative when you're not under like immense stress and anxiety is so great. Like you come up with, or I find myself coming up with like more ideas and like, oh, wouldn't it be interesting if I tried this thing, like this challenge? Yeah. I could have, that has honestly changed my whole brain, my life, like my emotion. I feel so much better. I'm down 10 pounds in like 2.5 weeks.
That's incredible.
And my body fat percentage is down like 3%. And I just feel better.
Yeah.
And I could have easily just said, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I did this like compete with Pete challenge? Yeah, but nobody's going to really want to do that with me and all these negative things. And then just skipped it. That would have been so easy to do. But instead I was like, I'll try it. If someone signs up and does it with me, cool. Yeah. And then 40 people did it with me.
It's crazy.
It's wild how like, if you give things a chance, just try it. Not everything's going to stick. Yeah. But you got to try things. Otherwise nothing's going to happen. Yeah. There's a quote of like, you can't guarantee success, but you can guarantee failure by quitting. And the only way to get success is by not quitting. Yeah. So you got two options. Don't give up. Keep going. There's a decent chance you will eventually get successful because you're just persistent and you don't quit. Yeah. Or guarantee failure by quitting. Yeah. It's like, all right, just keep trying. Keep throwing things against the wall. Yeah. Have some confidence that something's going to work out. Pray for courage to keep going. All that stuff. Along those lines, I had another thought recently because I don't have to scroll on my phone as much anymore. And the thought was, what if you believed every positive thing people said about you?
Oh, my word.
What if, I'm going to say it one more time for the kids in the back. What if you believed to be true every single positive thing that other people say about you, instead of deflecting and say, oh, they don't really know me. They think I'm this, but I'm not. It's a choice. It's a decision of who you portray your identity. Back to your question, who you are. You were either confirming or denying certain thoughts about yourself to be true. And that's an active decision you can make. So when somebody says, Pastor Mark, that was one of the best sermons I've ever heard, you hit me right here in the emotions, in my heart. This is something I can take with me. I appreciate you and love you. Thank you for doing what you do. And your immediate reaction is, it wasn't that great.
Every time.
And it's your decision in your head to deflect that and say, either they're just trying to be nice, they don't really mean it, they don't know what's good. Yeah. I know what's good, and that wasn't good. It, right? That's right. And I'm not just saying you, but just using it as an example, we all do that. Yeah. I've gotten multiple letters from people from the gym saying like, hey, thank you. Like, you've changed my life. What if I believe that to be true? Yeah. I'm changing people's lives, dude.
You're a superhero.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Or I can say, I'm not that great. Anybody could do this. They're just trying to be nice. They're just trying to stroke my ego, but it's not really true. You know, they were just trying to get leverage on me by saying something nice so that I can owe them a favor. So, you know, like all the cynical thoughts, which are too frequent.
Why the heck, man?
I'm bringing it to light right now.
Why the heck are we so easily, we're so quick to believe all the negative comments that we,
of course,
and they're so minuscule in number compared to the other stuff.
Stop it.
But as soon as we get that negative feedback or that negative thought, we're like, nah, that's right.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do suck. You're right. And we ignore all of the regular.
All of them.
stuff that people tell us
Hey, your hair looks really nice today.
Day after day.
No, it doesn't.
I need a haircut.
Don't say that. I actually think it does look nice.
Oh, really?
I like the waves on the
really?
front. Yeah, it looks great.
But I really do need a haircut.
Oh, I think you should leave it.
Yeah, thanks. Practical example.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so much of it is mental and stuff, but it transfers to reality. If you wake up every morning and you say, here's another Monday. I hope I can drag myself through this day and make it till the end so I can go back to sleep. Guess what? That Monday's going to suck.
Yeah.
Because you are going to be dragging through.
Yeah.
If you wake up in the morning like, all right, more opportunities to make an impact, to see people that I love. I'm so grateful that the people that I love are still here. Wow. I get to see my wife and my baby today.
Yeah.
Man, I am blessed. This is fantastic. Awesome. Maybe I'll eat a little bit healthier, get a little bit stronger than I was yesterday. I'll make one step closer to my ultimate goal, whatever that goal is for you. Maybe I'll take a chance on my dream.
Ew.
Maybe I'll start a podcast.
What?
Look at us.
No one's going to listen to
Maybe
that
we'll
podcast.
get 19 episodes in.
What?
And maybe we'll change one person's life.
Maybe.
It's a decision in your head.
Someone will buy a shirt.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. So I
believe it when I see it.
I have a plan. I have a plan for a different plan than I had before for selling shirts. I think it'll be easier.
All right, cool.
But I'll talk to you about it after. It's gonna bore people.
We just gotta stop telling ourselves the lies.
The lives.
The lies.
The lies about our lives.
The lies. And snap back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
I'm so glad.
Oh, Eminem is from Wisconsin. He's from the Midwest. Oh, let me just sneak right past you. There goes gravity.
That's so good.
Well, do you guys know where the bubbler is? I love your Green Bay Packer t-shirt. I got a whole smorgasbord of cheese. A whole assortment of cheese.
So good.
Pick up a 24-pack of beer to go watch the Packer game. Oh, excuse me.
It's so good. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, man.
I want a whole version of that song by Eminem in a Scani accent. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up that easy.
That's so
nope,
good.
He won't have it.
That's so good. Do it.
Oh man, we're gonna drop it.
That's fantastic. Oh my word. But yeah, man, I'm the best at that, at listening to the lies rather than the good stuff.
Do you think you could work on it?
I have to work on it, or else I don't know.
You get to work on it.
I get to work on it.
Yeah, that's the thing is like opportunity.
Yeah.
So some people are in wheelchairs and they can't walk.
Mm-hmm.
So when we think, oh, I have to go for a walk. What if we think I have 2 functional legs?
Oh, I get to go.
Wow, I get to go for a walk.
Yeah.
I could be stuck here.
Yeah.
I get to do push-ups. Some people can't do push-ups.
Yeah.
What a gift to use my body to get stronger and feel better and all this stuff. If you flip it to be gratitude, I get to work on my mental health and my positive affirmations to myself so that I can be a better father and pastor and a better gym owner and a better husband and dad and all this stuff. Awesome. I get that opportunity, dude. Yeah. Cool. Let me start right now.
That's awesome. Let's
do it. Let's just start believing the positive things.
Yeah.
You were a phenomenal pastor with an incredible church community that feels so welcoming and inviting every Sunday. It's something I have not experienced before. It is unique and wonderful, and you're doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Ditto.
Thanks. It's funny, though. Sometimes I'll be leading a class, and I'll be like, I am like an alternate reality of Pastor Mark Burkholder. So it's like we both are up in front of a group of people trying to shepherd them to be better. Yours is spiritual, mine is physical.
Without a doubt.
It's almost like inversion,
telling
like the
people
exact
to do the hard things, to encourage them to be comfortable in the struggle.
I noticed that in your sermon. I was down here in the baby room or toddler room.
Did you catch it?
Yeah, I was like, this sounds like conversations we've had recently. I was like, this is good. I like it.
Good.
Yeah.
A work in progress informs my sermons.
That's right.
No, but I mean, this podcast is one of those things that again, I didn't think anyone would listen to it. I didn't think anyone would enjoy. Yeah. And to get those positive affirmations from people.
Yeah.
It's confusing to me.
Sure.
It's confusing to read the comments on social media saying this is my favorite podcast.
Sure.
That doesn't make sense to me. It's confusing to get the texts about this is awesome. We love it. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's confusing to me.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Les Brown is a speaker that I like listening to. And one of the things he says is you have to tell yourself, I am the one. Because God, would you agree that God has given you a purpose for your life?
Yes.
Are you scared about that purpose?
Yes.
Boom. That's the disconnect.
Yeah.
So if I'm supposed to impact all these people in a physical, emotional, mental way through fitness and food, and I don't do that because I don't want to be like in a position where people are saying you're doing a great job because that's too much for my ego or whatever like that, then I'm doing God a disservice from him giving me my life to do that. Use it to say, I appreciate you, all glory to God, every time somebody says something.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, all glory to God. I'm going to keep doing it because this is my purpose.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do anything. You can do whatever you want. But the thing Les Brown says is, I am the one.
Yeah.
I am the one to impact all these people. And this podcast has been a completely out of left field way to impact more people, that God is just like, gave us this idea and this vision and this passion to give it a shot. Yeah. And here we are. Praise be to God that he's given us this platform so that we can do what he put us here to do. Right.
That's good.
But it comes back to what we tell ourselves. And if we say we're not that guy, that's why it feels weird when people say you're doing a great job versus you say, hey, this is like the Holy Spirit's in this. Yeah. The Lord is behind this because we're going to be able to share him with people through this. Why wouldn't it do well? I am the guy to keep doing this. You have the background for it. You have all the training, all the instruction. You have the voice, dude. I tell Shireen sometimes I'll like skip the parts where I talk. And when I go back and listen, just because I like hearing you talk.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just being honest. Like I really enjoy hearing you talk.
You're funny.
You just do a great job at it. That's it. So why not you? Give me a reason why it couldn't be you to do great things, big things.
I feel like I'm not supposed to have a reason.
Do you have one? I want to hear it if you have a real one.
Well, I mean, the real reason would be that the son's so sad and so insecure.
Please tell me.
Our show is vulnerable, right? We are authentic on this show.
Please be vulnerable. Yeah.
Because there's so many people better who could do it better.
Are they doing it right now?
I don't know. It could be.
I don't think anyone could do it better. So, nobody can be Mark Burkholder. And nobody can be Peter Steinbrenner. Yeah. And that's what comparison kills your own creativity and your own self-confidence. And I don't want you to be a pastor of a bigger church. I don't want you to be that person. I want you to be you. Yeah. Because that's my good friend. Yeah. My dear friend, Pastor Mark Burkholder. Yeah. And I want that. And that's what people who text you and say, great job. Yeah. That's who they want. They want you. Yeah. So there is nobody else who could do this like you. Yeah. There's nobody. So you're either going to do it and praise God when he says, hey, you're doing a great job. Here's some affirmations. Here's some people telling you you're doing a great job. Yeah. You can either say, no, not me. Not little Pastor Mark Burkholder from La Ciudad, Mexico.
Oh man, well,
but it is you. You're the one to do it, man. And I'm here to help you.
Nonetheless,
I'm here to help you.
Thanks. So I'm glad you're here.
I appreciate you taking me along for the ride.
I would not be here if it weren't for you.
And there's no accident that we bumped into each other. You came into the gym. Yeah. I started coming here with my wife and kid. Yeah, it's no accident.
Yeah, you're right. You complete me.
Boom.
It was magical.
You have to watch the video to see what just happened there.
That's right.
You can
it
actually
was magical.
It actually goes back to like 45 minutes ago when I was talking about watching the video.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know until like a couple months ago you can watch podcast videos on Spotify. So if you have Spotify, you can watch the video of us. You just turn your phone so it's the horizontal way.
It shows up.
And the video will be there. You can listen on Apple Podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube. We post all these on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still doing that other like obscure one that I texted you about one time or not?
Yeah, our feed is on there. So
what is that one called?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Some listener asked us to post to a third
I don't remember what it is.
Fourth place. But
it's just our feed. So whenever we upload, it uploads there too.
Beautiful. Cool. Anyways, that's it.
Yeah. Oh man, vulnerability is fun.
Doubt is the devil lying to you, dude.
Yeah.
And think about when you're struggling, like in your head of like, what do you think? What would I say to you? And then when I'm struggling with doubt about what I think, what would you say to me?
You are beautiful.
No, I'd be like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I can't. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I can't.
It's malarkey.
Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I can't.
Malarkey.
Pastor Mark, I'm no good and I'm going to close the gym because it's just not worth it. And people are lying to me. They don't really care.
You're right.
All right.
Just kidding. Sit down. You piece of garbage.
See? I knew it. It was true.
How dare you?
My internal dialogue. It's been true the whole time.
You seriously know that you have changed my life.
No.
In multiple ways.
Tell me about it.
Oh my goodness, man.
Let me hear it.
So if you weren't in my life, I would probably be dead. I'm not even joking.
There's no chance of that. But
oh no, there's so much chance of that. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my word. Since our friendship began, man, dude, if I didn't have you just from the health factor, I might have had a heart attack by now. So let's hope I don't in the near future.
Keep it going.
But then other than that, dude, like I've struggled with suicidal thoughts and everything a lot, so much of my life, and I haven't had avenues to talk about things through things with. And I mean, since we've been talking, it's given me an outlet that I've never had before. And so when I say legitimately you've changed my life and I may not be here without you in my life, I absolutely mean that. So please do not go anywhere.
Thanks, man.
Please do not go anywhere. I love you more than words can express.
Thanks, buddy.
I mean it.
And I'm going to take that and believe it to be true.
Please do. It is. It's 100%
And I
true.
know that you mean it. So that's why it's true.
Yeah.
And I that means a lot to me. So thank you.
Yeah.
The feeling is mutual.
Good. I'm glad. I just got to work on stopping deflecting.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you, well, I know we're probably close to our time, but why do you think you deflect? I know a lot of people do, myself included. So why do you think we as humans deflect positive encouragement or like compliments? And then why do you think you do personally?
I do it with it because for like a hypersensitivity to be humble. And so I don't.
You feel the need to be humble?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when people say nice things about me, I'm very appreciative, but you don't need to do that type of thing. But in reality, it means so much to me. It means so much to me. Just this past Sunday when I was at church, there's an awesome couple people in our church, and I just went up and gave him a hug like I always do, and he just looked at me. He just said, "Thank you." What did I do again? It was just thank you for being an example, for being an encouragement. I'm like, oh, you talking about me? But that stuff means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Why do you deflect?
I think it's tough to even examine that. Like that's something you kind of probably need like multiple therapy sessions to like dig into the root of why individuals struggle at accepting compliments or true positive things about themselves. I think a good chunk of it is those people saying those things don't see your lows and your darkness and your mistakes. So you do have past experiences to counteract what they said. Right. So you do have evidence of you're saying this to me and I appreciate that, but you don't know the truth.
Yeah.
And then, but we make the mistakes, which might be 10% of our life and our experience and our low points. We make that such a bigger part of who we are that it's almost like a shield, this big black darkness shield against any incoming positivity. It bounces it all back like a force field.
Because we make it, at least to ourselves, our identity.
Yeah.
And who we are is our mistakes.
Yeah, which isn't true.
No, not at all.
What if we believed all the good things everyone said about us to be that is who you are? Yeah. That's your truth.
And what
shove
if
your doubt in the corner.
And what if we believed, at least from a spiritual standpoint, how God viewed us, and that He truly loves us and adores us, that there's nothing that can separate us from His love, that He has chosen and adopted us to be His children.
Yeah.
Like that in and of itself doesn't scream I'm garbage. That screams I am loved and treasured.
If God wanted you to be here, you're not garbage. You're a son of God. You're a daughter of God. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Hello, my name is child of the one true King.
I don't know what that is. It sounds nice though.
Thanks for listening to me talk.
Of course, anytime. Happy to.
I love it.
It's good stuff, dude.
One of these times we're just going to be talking. We're going to look and be like, whoa, it's been 7 hours.
I've heard of people doing, speaking of like, oh, that can't be me, of like people praising you and saying like, please keep it going. Like, this is really good. And like being like, that feels weird. I've heard of podcast hosts like doing live podcasts, like on a stage and there's like an audience.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's so weird.
Yeah.
But it's also just
chairs
like
set up some chairs here.
Oh, you could have people. Oh man, hey, you. What do you do for work?
So weird.
We just started to do like a stand-up set.
Crowd work.
Some crowd work. Oh man, yeah. But it's inoculation, which is one slow stretch at a time. So instead of going from this to selling out a stadium, right? It's this to, what's next? What would be next? It's going from not having a podcast to recording it on a phone. That's inoculation. Yeah. And then getting microphones.
Next would probably be merch.
Recording. Yeah, next is merch. So it's instead of looking at that huge mountain like we talked about,
Patreon or something.
What's your next step?
Yeah.
Keep your focus small. Merch is our next step, and I'll do it. Yeah. You'll see.
All right.
I'm going to do it.
I don't know how to do it, so
I'm going to figure it out. Cool. All right, so merch is our next step. And it's those little stretches that maybe we'll be on a stage someday and we'll look back and be like, remember when we said that was so weird?
Yeah.
You're on a stage already upstairs. Tell me you're not. You are.
Yeah.
So?
Different. It's just so people can see me.
I'm aware of this.
Oh, I love you.
Love you too, buddy.
All right. If you enjoy listening to us, let us know. Encourage us.
Comment on things, like and subscribe and share it with people.
And review.
Yeah. Leave us a 5-star review, please.
5-star review. Again, that really, really helps us. So.
It's huge. It's astronomical for us, and it doesn't take too long. So we'd really appreciate it.
You want to know how long it takes? Done.
Yeah. Done. As long as it takes to say Peter Pan, peanut butter.
Peter Pan, peanut butter.
Yeah.
Just say that right now. Peter Pan, peanut butter. You could have left a review.
All right, go about your day. Go.
Have a good day. Thanks for listening
to us.
Go
forth and be loved.
Oh, that was good. Go forth, and are we going to end it that way every
time?
Go forth
and be loved.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.